All right, crazy hair and all. Um, I wanted to make a follow up video to the last one talking about the Helix 10th anniversary live stream event that Line 6 is putting on tomorrow night at their headquarters, hosted by Tim Pierce. Seems like it's going to be an awesome event. I do a whole video highlighting what I know about it and all that stuff. It is out there on the YouTube. And I wanted to share some commentary that I got on this because there's a lot of interesting stuff that was said that potentially could be killing our hopes and dreams here. So, just to start off, in the big Facebook group from Chad Boston and Chris Zaraga, the original Helix group that's got like 45,000 members, on my post with the video, obviously, everybody wants to throw in their 2 cents of what they think is coming and what they want and why they think it is and why they think it isn't the next Helix 2. So Eric, the chief product designer and architect of the Line 6 Helix and for Line 6, he commented after seeing the dozens of comments, which we can scroll through some funny ones. Oh geez, I think we might be setting people up for disappointment here. It's mainly just a 10th anniversary party, people, to make up for not doing anything at NAMM the past few years. And this has 21 likes and a couple of replies. There was even a video made. There was even another video made about Eric's comment. And there's a lot of interesting stuff. Some people saying that people can't be happy. I like this one from Eric Beatty. There's got to be some kind of special cipher in this response. And a lot of people writing that they hope not. I mean, it's just, I think that's hysterical. If anything, it's just an announcement. If this does, God forbid, happen, or not God forbid, and even if this does happen, whatever the 10th anniversary has in store for Helix, whether it's an announcement or not, people are quite interesting in their replies. A lot of people are violently opposed to new hardware, which is mind-blowing to me because your Helix will still work for probably another 10 years, and I would assume they're still going to always offer updates and keep it running for at least another couple of years if this is that. A lot of people are speculating that it just might be a 4.0 update, which I had also speculated maybe we're going to get some gigantic firmware update that maybe they're going to rebuild the engine internally again and have some new models. Maybe they're going to redo the old models. A lot of talk also has been happening about Helix 2, how they've rebuilt the engine from the inside out. Worship tutorials, and I also spoke with Eric. This is in my other video, if you haven't seen that, where Eric talks about how they rebuilt it from a software standpoint from the inside. So they basically rebuilt everything from the inside out, and that's why the amp models now sound entirely different and better than they did in previous generations of the updates. So it's always been a constantly improving and evolving thing. And Eric even said that the latest rebuild, if you will, the latest update, which essentially made Helix a new product, was only a year and a half ago. So that's making a lot of people think that there's no way that a new hardware is coming. So let's go see some other stuff that people are saying. This is the most liked comment both here and on the actual video. If they don't call it double Helix, they're missing the boat. That's Eric again. Eric, did I just call you out twice? Because this was another guy here. Rudy posted it there. And then, yeah, so Eric was a comment I just read on here. So that's first and foremost. What would you name it if it's not called Helix 2? Is double Helix the best name for it? There's a lot of interesting comments here. That's interesting too, if they just made a regular same Helix type of thing, just with a smaller footprint, maybe like between an HX XL and a LT size with no expression. That would be cool. 4 processors, multi-core GPU, And this Eric also replied to this: fewer faster cores are always better than more slower cores. More cores, more latency, depending on signal flow. And that's awesome that Eric just is in the forums here responding to the stuff. I think that's really cool. Everybody is always posting that they want the neural amp modeler profiles, which, if you don't know, it's open source amp capturing that uses AI. It's a really popular and accurate, probably the most accurate, I think, of all the amp capturing devices. It's just a plugin, and it's free, open source, and there's a great community over there too. So it would make sense if they could just potentially put a block in there that could play neural amp model profiles, or neural amp models, whatever the technical term is. A lot of people are posting stuff like this, not needed anytime soon. I mean, I don't think that helps the conversation at all. Just interjecting that you think it's a bad idea for it to happen, but that's okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. Don't need one, just more high. How do you need more high gain amps? There's dozens in there at this point. New, obviously, people want more updates. Couple of interesting comments. Love to see a quad cortex like form factor. So a lot of quad cortex form factor. So everybody wants something smaller and something with touchscreen, something that can do some type of amp capturing. That's like the general consensus that I've seen, even on this YouTube video in the comments here. A lot of welcome innovations, but the main thing, and this is the term I used, is future-proof. That they future-proof the hardware so well that it doesn't need physical updating. The hardware, the actual Helix, I still say is the absolute best gig experience. The way it's laid out, the way you make adjustments, and the way you build stuff on unit, I think is by far my favorite out of any of them, because they make everything so easy and they really made it super intuitive. That I get, yeah, if you want to say that there's a learning curve, maybe there's a couple of day learning curve getting used to it, but once you're used to it, having all of them, I still say Helix is the best overall physical piece of hardware. Now, you get into the topic of what's inside. Obviously, that's what everybody's always arguing about. But as far as hardware, I think it's perfect with the encoder knobs, touch capacitance, foot switches. I mean, that stuff is just awesome, in my opinion. This one's called Helix. See, this guy gets it. It's a fantastic bit of kit. And of course, you have your priorities. Jessica first, then Helix. Yep, so that makes sense. Smaller version like Pod Go. That's another good one. See, here's another interesting. Doesn't care about amp captures and doesn't care about touchscreen. I also don't care about touchscreen. I think touchscreen's the most overrated thing in the amp modeling world. I don't need a touchscreen at all when it comes to this stuff. I think that Helix is developed in such a way that it's better. It outperforms the touchscreens when it comes to making adjustments. I did a couple of shootout videos of what makes the faster adjustments, and Helix usually comes out on top. I think that having touchscreen as an option would be fine. Like, you can use the touchscreen, or you can just still use it the old way, or maybe on the grid you could touch things. Who knows? I'm sure if they do go with a new unit, it's going to be some very creative thing that I'm probably not even thinking of. I think that we're all small-brained compared to Eric when it comes to developing this stuff. Again, Helix in the form factor of Pod Go. Another true comment. We have so many options for finding our dream sound. Yep, that's for sure true. Helix is fine in its current state. People are just greedy. That's enough. There's another thing to be said there, is that you could use Helix as it is for the rest of your life and be totally happy. I know I can, and I probably would not need to complain about it. The only thing is that it's big. That's why it's not with me on tour right now, because it is big. Another one, credit to Line 6, making changes for the sake of change. They could have released 6 new products over the past few years, but instead gave you free updates and support for your Helix, which is very nice of them. A lot of AI requests too I was seeing going around, where you type in prompts to the sound you want, or a particular sound, it analyzes the song and spits out a preset for you. I don't know if I don't know if I want that. That would kind of freak me out, and I don't know if I would trust the accuracy at all, because building a preset's very personal. it can get you in the ballpark, but it won't get you on the field, as I say. You still should know how to make a good preset and know what goes into making something usable. Preset spillover, that's another good one. Right now you can do preset spillover, but you've got to cut your DSP in half, which is obviously the main bad thing with Helix right now. Hope they keep the encoders, another one, good vote. Or, and to close here, maybe it is just maybe this is just a 10-year celebration that they're just going to be talking about how far Helix has come and talk about maybe the future plans for Helix. And maybe I just wasted mine and everybody else's time in the comment sections, and we're just all excited for no reason. But it's still fun to talk about either way. So let me know what you guys think that we're going to find out. It's tomorrow at this point. Right now it's June 10th, so it's tomorrow. So let me know what you guys think is coming and what you want to see from the live stream. I know I'll be watching it, and I'm sure I'll have a video of my reactions to whatever we see coming shortly after that. So leave your comments below what you think the event's going to be about, what you're going to see, what you're going to hear. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.